Welcome to EyeWitness News.
No, you witness.
7 o'clock news. I'm Peter Ron.
And I'm Nichelle, guys. And first on this Wednesday, we are going to cover, in our exclusive report, the fading of print media.
That's right, Nichelle. The print media, the form of mass media that started it all, is beginning to fade from our lives, thanks to the different forms of technology we have available to us as consumers.
So, in this special exclusive report, Special Reporter Devin Murray has investigated the history and economic effects of the fading of the print media. Then we will talk to Special Reporter Jenny Lee into how the downward trend of the print media has affected each of us and how we are adapting. Finally, we'll hand it over to Anthony, our weatherman, the forecast where digital media is taking us and how print media fits into our future.
So, first this morning, we hand it off to our Special Reporter Devin. Devin, what's the latest?
Well, Peter, I must say, technology has not been kind to print media. Though its 500-year history is slowly beginning to dwindle to online newspapers, for they are more environmentally friendly, less expensive, and more accessible. This is creating a problem, causing hundreds to either cut back or shut down. Example of this would be the Daily Non-Fill no longer publishes on Mondays, and in 2009, the Rocky Mountain News published its last issue, and also in 2009, the New York Times had to suspend their company dividend, which showed that they were in fact losing money. This happens when the consumer goes for the internet-based newspaper, and they are more likely going to stop their subscription, which slows down the paper circulation and the advertisement revenue. And without revenue, it is harder for newspapers to maintain the strategies they use to gather news. Therefore, all newspapers are becoming leaner and meaner.
Devin Murray, specially reporting on our exclusive story, The Fading of the Print Media.
Now that we see how this transformation in media has affected the economics and of the printing companies, let's see how consumers and newspapers are dealing with this news and ever-changing situation. And for that, we turn to our sports reporter, Jenny Lee, who will talk about the current race in keeping news relevant and things change. Jenny?
Well, Nichelle, I know that the history and current economic impact of the fading of the print media is far from pretty, but just because the print media field is changing does not, I repeat, does not mean that it's doomed. It just means that it is changing. For instance, take the radio. Many thought, back in the 50s, that once TV hit the scene, especially color TV, that radio was simply doomed and we would never, ever see it again. False! The fact of the matter is, radio is still very much in the game, even though it has become less of a frontrunner in recent years. This only goes to prove the one rule, according to gradethenews.org, that prevents complete game changers. News media, although they may have better gear and better training, will never be able to completely replace the old. It's just facts. Additionally, all of this technology is not necessarily a bad thing for newspapers. The addition of computers, for instance, allowed journalists to work in the field, check their work, and download more information at the touch of a button. Not only that, but technology also helps streamline the design and layout process, as well as make photography and publishing less expensive and more efficient. Additionally, more and more newspapers are developing their own online newspapers and offering subscriptions online, which is also another moneymaker for them. The only real foul that print journalism commits is trying to monopolize the field, which can't happen anymore. Additionally, eventually the print editions of newspapers will cease to exist. It's true. But once the buzzer sounds to end that game, newspapers aren't done. They'll all just be online. This isn't a bad thing. So, it will save many trees and make news more accessible to everyone across the world at any time. Overall, a giant V for victory is in order for the news media, just not print media. But it's not necessarily a bad thing, just a different thing. Back to you.
Thanks for that interesting take on adaptation of newspapers, Jenny. Your energy and athleticism are appreciated, useful, and a bit scary, but engaging to our viewers. And that's exactly what journalism will have to be in order to combat the fading of print media.
Indeed, Michelle. Anymore, media is all about engagement. Look at Facebook, Twitter, the iPhone, social media, and Web 2.0. Engagement is a necessary factor considering media today. And with that, we will check in with our weatherman, Anthony, for a check of the forecast on media.
Yes, indeed, Peter. Boy, oh boy, is the climate for print media changing, and changing fast, and not for the better. As you can see in this chart, courtesy of the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, the newspaper publishing market in America has declined 30% from 2007 to 2009. However, as Jenny mentioned, there's no doubt that the media will live on in the forms of online newspaper and developing news in other ways. Consider the iPad, for example. According to Apple.com, the Wall Street Journal, Popular Science, and others have developed apps to make their print media products readable digitally. This can only be the beginning. There can be no doubt that as Web 3.0 begins to take shape in the next few years, that the news mediums will change. However, the real struggle is for the industry to keep up with the technology changes.
Thanks for that report, Anthony. To quickly recap, the newspaper was once the most widely circulated mass medium, but began to decline thanks to technology in the mid-2000s. There are several economic impacts that have resulted from the decline of printing media, and the industry is still learning how to adjust. However, the industry should be able to adapt, and media will continue to adapt and change as technology progresses towards Web 3.0.
That's right, Michelle. No matter what happens and how the print media may fade, regular news and reporting will continue to evolve and change. How will it change? Only time will tell. This is Peter Ron.
And this is Michelle Geis with EyeWitness.
No, you witness.
News. Tune in next week for our special report on the evolution and economic impact of the Snuggie. Until next time, if we witness, you witness. Have your hands free while keeping yourself snugly warm. Have a great day.
Vikings, let's win this game. Score!